If you've been around for a little while, you may know that last year on my birthday, I got a greenhouse, and it was great. It did what I needed to all of last year, but we had one big issue with it, and that is that it was a good kite. It floated around quite a bit when the wind blew, and so this year I got a new one for my birthday. The bases seem to be quite a bit stronger, and also I have supported at least 3 of the corners with some rebar, so hopefully it won't be blowing around quite as much this year. Also, the Ohuhu brand, I believe it is, comes with more of a mesh lining, more of a hash, and so I'm hoping that means it'll be significantly stronger against the winds. I had a lot of tearing problems last year with the clear plastic from whatever brand it is that I bought. So hopefully we're off to a better start this year. So I'm not sure how to feel about teaching today. Somehow I ended up at school just wearing a plain white t-shirt. So hopefully Melissa can grab me something really quick.
Earlier this week, I read A Grave Robbery by Deanna Raybourn, and it is part of the Veronica Speedwell mystery series. And I think it's like book 8 or 9. I've really enjoyed the series. It's a lot of fun. It is set in Victorian England, and it is about 2 characters who are scientists and really kind of stick out in their age, but are pursuing life the way they want to do it, and then they end up getting into these opportunities to solve mysteries. Yeah, this one was really interesting. It was about wax figures like Madame Tussauds, and they get one and they find it's not exactly the wax figure they thought it was. So it was a really good mystery. I think you could read it standalone, but I would suggest that the whole series is a good one. So check it out.
On Wednesday this week, we had our spring orchestra concert. Our orchestra teacher this year has a Spanish background, but not necessarily a Mexican background. However, she has a strong appreciation of mariachi style and put together an after-school group that has learned some mariachi music. And on Thursday night was the Spring Choir Pops concert. There were lots of songs combining lots of different groups, so I'm not going to try to credit which songs the different groups did like I did with the orchestras.
Now I hear waking inside. I will send out an army to find you in the middle of the darkest night. It's true. Without listening, people writing songs that voices never share, and no one dare. It's crazy, we finish each other's sandwiches. That's what I was gonna say. I never met someone who thinks so much like me. Jinx, jinx again.
And sticking with the historical theme that I had going on, the next book I read was called Queen Bee by Amalie Howard. And it is set in the Regency era. It is billed as a little bit anti-Regency, just in that, much like a popular show that I haven't seen, Bridgerton, it's got more diverse characters, but it's about a young woman who was part of the aristocracy and was lied about and sent away because of something she supposedly had done, and the way she claws her way back. And it's kind of set as a revenge story, and it's all about her getting revenge on the people that harmed her. But I just felt like her character was really complex. She's working through a lot of things, and you see her just deal with things in a way that she's starting to see that maybe revenge isn't the answer, but she keeps pursuing it. It was a really interesting book, a romance, and I enjoyed it a lot. In fact, I actually finished it last night and gave it 5 stars on Goodreads, which I don't do very often. So, Queen Bee by Amalie Howard.
We have this new thermostat that's supposed to adjust from heat to cooling, which I was looking forward to for the spring season, when the evenings we generally have the air conditioning on. But this morning, I woke up and the house was 65 degrees. That really should have flipped to heating for us overnight. I found the missing setting and everything is good now. On Friday we had an in-service day, and while yes, we had sessions where we talked about how to be better instructors and all, we had one session that was set up to allow us to relax a little and connect with our colleagues, which is honestly a lack this year in particular. Anyway, I participated in the Misters Golf Tournament, which is a golf course that we play using tennis balls that my friend Mike sets up for us every year. Usually it happens during finals week when we need to take time away from grading so that we don't go crazy grading final exams for hours at a time. My foursome was me, one of the theater teachers, the choir teacher, and one of our administrators. On one of the holes, a neighborhood dog came out and grabbed one of the tennis balls and helped Carrie make a hole-in-one. For lunch, admin catered in some Yolandas, and Roger learned the difference between cilantro and chimichurri sauce.
It flames on the side of my face.
After lunch, our superintendent, Aaron Kane, came for an encouraging State of the District address. Although the bond didn't get passed this year, we're making a significant impact. There are still significant needs, but we're doing quite well as a district.
Well, it's Saturday, so I guess it's another good day for yard work.
Well, today was a rainy Saturday that turned into a snowy Saturday. And it seemed like the perfect day to just sit down and read a book. So I did. I started the Charmed list by Julie Abe this morning, and I finished it this afternoon. It was a little bit more of a contemporary young adult romance, but it was set with kind of a magical twist. Magic exists in the world, not in grand, fancy ways that people kind of expect, but it does affect things. And our main character, whose name is Alyssa, but she goes by Ellie, is part of that world, and she and her best friend from growing up have become enemies. So we got the enemies to lovers trope, and they end up having to go on a road trip together from Northern California to Southern California. And they stop at some magical places along the way. I really liked it. I had a lot of fun. It was a more contemporary romance, which is not always what I get into, but the magic aspect made it interesting, and their relationship was interesting. So I recommend it.
We finished off the week by going out to dinner with our friends Tilo and Christine. Hideaway has a really good Monte Cristo. Overall, it was a great week.